Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. How is everyone today? It's been quite a while. And there goes Felix. He sensed he was on camera and decided, nope. Hey, Tuxedo. Hey, Jose. Hey, Reverend. Andrew and Rod and Charles. Hey, Scope. Arthur and Bill. How are folks? Hey, Luke. Malfrey. Andre and Stuart. Thanks, Derek, for the gifted memberships. How is everyone? It's nice seeing you at 3D Printopia. I'm curious if you remember seeing me at a Rob's Workshop Prusa slogan shirt on. Sorry for my... I have a challenge with social skills too. I very much enjoyed saying hi to everybody at 3D Printopia. If I don't specifically remember the interaction, it's because of that disconnect between words and faces and stuff, right? So if I saw a picture of one of you that I talked to right now, I would remember that conversation. But linking names to faces is always challenging, right? Hey, Dr. Dave and Ajax. Hey, BBs and Laura and Sean. Almost cancel my sub. Hey, Iconic Fab and John and Julian. Redacted. Tohos, thanks for being a member for 29 months. Wow. Happy Sunday, Mr. Rogers. Today is going to be an interesting stream because we have 3 weeks of stuff to catch up on. So we will be kind of bouncing back and forth between build and things as they circle around in my mind and I remember and want to talk about them. So, hey, my tech review and Haseo, Maddie, Jesus, and Dark 3D Dimensions. Hey, Suzanne. Thanks for being a member, Tuxedo. Been a bit of Steve Drought. Hey, Black. So, it doesn't show up very well here. Let's do this. Let's do this. I am... Come on. There we go. Not Ethan. Derek and Sean, 29 months of knowledge shared through builds. Thanks, Derek, for being a member. Thanks, Sean, for being a member. Where are the kittens? They are around. They're not quite so kitten-like anymore. Should put on Derek's badge. Thanks for being a member, Bill. So, Ethan is the organizer of Maker Faire Orange County. Ethan and I bear a striking resemblance to each other. So, he made these shirts. He mentioned at Orange County that he was going to be me for Halloween. So he made a shirt for himself that has a Voron logo on it. It says, not Steve. And he made a shirt for me. It says, not Ethan. And we had a lot of fun with that all weekend at 3D Printopia. So, congrats, Redacted. Hey, Kenneth. Hey, Ryan. First person to pronounce that correctly. The old name on here was Peter Ritchie, but branding the page ready for making content. Awesome. Hey, Ref. Hey, Joey. Hey, Boydie. Hey, Brent. Kitties are around. They are around. So, we will be, believe it or not, making some progress on not that. That's working. why is that not working? Am I still audible when I'm in this view? I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry about that. Bill, thanks for the gifted memberships. So I had trouble with the computer. I've replaced the motherboard. The overhead cam is on the same card as this camera. Is it just not plugged in? Let's find out. That would be the problem. Yes, there's an air gap. It's highly secure. Give me a moment. I can fix this. Okay, why are you not wanting to plug in? There you are. There we go. See if that works. Woohoo! I'm going to blame it on the cats. Rod, thanks for the gifted memberships. I'm going to blame it on the cats. And I'm also going to apologize for my sinuses. I may have fun with sinuses today. So, hey Nathan. Hey Nick. Wonderful start to returning to streaming. Oscar, Felix would never do that. That's absolutely not true. Felix is a little terror. Where are they now? They're around here somewhere. I've been dealing with sinus stuff since yeah, same here. I've not been sick. It's all been like sinus infection stuff. So, is it possible to build a salad fork using 2020? Absolutely, you can. You can go out and search for the GitHub. Let me remember what the search terms were. I think it was Voron Trident GitHub, and that'll get you to the information. Oh, there they go. Let's do that. Might capture a glimpse of them going back and forth. My little Anita has grown a lot too. Yeah. They are both angels, but they're little terror angels. There we go. We'll get a little bit of Felix time and get those cobwebs off of him. It's karma for making the rest of us who couldn't go miss the stream. Okay, let's get into what we're doing today. Let's go here. So we have solid fork, right? This is where we got last time. We belted it. And you're not sick. Stick to the mantra. We are going to be working on the tool head today. And the tool head is going to consist of Dragon Burner. Oh, that's that stuff. And Revo PZ and Roto Vitamins, which is a Revo Roto without the expensive 3D printed housing, which doubles as a heatsink. So when you're in a configuration like this, you don't need the extruder to be its own heatsink. you've got heatsink here. So you can go a little simpler and more flexible installation options by printing, regular printing the front. So that's what we're going to be doing. This was just released or announced at 3D Printopia, and that's why I didn't mention exactly what direction we were going until after that event. So we will be working on various bits of assembling that and wiring the toolhead today. Vitamins, exactly. So, hi Skyrim. CNC Tor? What's Tor? Hey Rick. Finally a lazy Sunday for me, and come get a kitty fix. Occasionally. They're very busy. They're very big. Oscar is over 6 pounds now. And they turned 4 months old yesterday. 4 months old yesterday. Oscar is over 6 pounds. Actually, last time he was according to the litter robot, Oscar is, litter robot is ready. Well, that's good. Let's see. 6.5 pounds today. Well, yesterday. Last night. 6.5 pounds. And Felix is 5.6 pounds. They are fixed. Yep. They are fixed. They came to us, the adoption paperwork said they were 2.8 pounds at 10 weeks old. So. Yeah, and it is noticeable. Oscar is much larger. Nope, couldn't get him. Hi. Almost got Oscar. Question from 2 years ago. Orange Trident, you put the Mandela rose match height. Was it worth it? It's a pain because it doesn't attach. So every time I want to work on the printer, I need to get a clamp and hold the bed to the bed frame. Whether it works or not, I think it's one of those things that technically it works. Can you measure it? Maybe at some level. But I don't make the backers and kinematic mount stuff. I don't make a priority on my mod list. So, larger and quicker. A little more skittish. Bill will tell you. Bill was over here and Felix was ready for pets right away and Oscar wanted to stay away. Cognitive cramp. Oh, Zoll. I see. So this is not using Boop. Correct. We're going to be using the Revo PZ. Now, I don't yet know exactly how we're going to mount the controller for this. I need to see how wire routing goes before I figure out the best place for this. So we may not have an answer for that today. So, hey Jeremy. The purple heatsink is cool. Let's see here. Dragon Burr. We need to figure out how to assemble this thing. So let's do that. Is there a bomb fans assembly? Here we are. Let's see here. Heat inserts. Add heat inserts into the hot end mount. Most mounts accept them from underneath. Some need them from the top. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Hot end mount. Okay, so these are going to go from underneath. This is the, I'm hoping I have all the correct parts printed, but this is the Revo Boron hot end mount. I'm just going to do a real quick clean up any extra stuff there. I have backers for the 350 Trident I'm building. Only got them because it was part of the Cleat A sale a few months ago. Likely skip the kinematics bed then. Yeah. I would expect to see, just my own thoughts is if I was to choose between the kinematic bed system and backers, I would probably go backers as something I'm more likely to notice an impact from. I am going with the Voron logo version because the little trident logo is a little more difficult to print well. My solid fork has the gray Revo heatsink. I have one of those. It just doesn't have the PZ stuff. So, hey Ella. Okay, so we have that. We need to put some heat sets in there and some heat sets in there. And probably in the back. And then this is LED routing. Got it. Okay, so let's get through some of that. Tried an idea now. I might end up doing a solid fork after all. There you go. Heat sets. Let's see. 3D Printopia. Let's go in order. 3D Printopia was a blast. I was very glad that Daniel Modbot was able to make it. He was a little concerned with the hurricane and having a interruption of his flight through Atlanta. So that was good. Hey, Justin. Hey, nice. I filmed two things, and Daniel was nice enough to be the cameraman for that. I need to edit them, but you know my track record on that, so no promises. But I hope to get something going. You saw Joel? Nice. How'd Grant fare? I think mostly okay, but they still don't have power, and they lost a big shed and stuff, so not great, but they are okay. Will that be a 2040 release? Maybe. I can promise that we will know by 2040 whether I ever release that or not. Did meet PF Dennis, yep. I need a zooming, oh, I need a little tracking camera. Okay, let's, we don't need all of this. Here we are. Hey, Ethan. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, not Steve. I messed it up. I messed it up. Can you focus the camera on that or not possible? We can see your, oh, am I, there we are. Nice. We can focus the camera on that. We switch to this camera. Much better, right? Don't really need a view of the back of my head. You're right. I even do this left-handed just for you all. Ah. I get my hand in the way right there. Hey, Scott. How many people helping unload everyone that didn't pack off a free printer? I had no room for more printers. This does me. Thermal expansion more of an issue at the larger frame sizes. Probably. So we can see what's in the back of your mind. Nothing. And getting more nothing by the year. So what else? So the videos I took there was of, if anybody was there and saw the interesting Trident with the remote direct drive extruder on it, was kind of cool. And then a couple of booths down was a tool changer that was interesting that I took talked to the person about. Hey Keith, what extruder am I going with here? I am going with the Revo Vitamins setup. And we'll be assembling that today. We're just getting some of the Dragon Burner stuff assembled first. Where can I buy that heat set press? So this heat set press is the first version of the VLMP from Vector 3D. I think if you're in the US, the West 3D carries them. I'm not sure what other of our local our domestic vendors might. A video on a belt printer based on a 2.4. I saw that there, and I didn't get a chance to get around and actually talk to them. What was their name? I don't remember. The belt printer guy. What brand of fans are you using? I'm trying GDS time, but I don't have a good experience with it. For this, I will be using vendors from West 3D. I ordered these right before I left for 3D Printopia a few days before, and they got here right before. So I'm going to be using vendor fans for this setup. So the I also looked at the Reaper while we were there, and I got some fans to build one of those. These vendor fans are really interesting. They had a demo there. They look cool. Apparently the shape, you need to do some extra trimming on a stealth burner to put one of these in there. But these, they had a demo there where they were blowing air, and this one was noticeably more air than the GDS time or the Delta, I think, that they had set up. So I've got 3 of these. I got 1 to put in a stealth burner, and then 2 to use in a Reaper build. KB3D has vitamins in stock? Cool. You have to say vitamins. It's not vitamins. It's British, so it's vitamins. Hey, John. And I didn't say hi, Adama. Welcome. Justin. It's vitamins. Exactly. What are your thoughts about the Magneto X? I wanted to buy it because I wanted to support it and believe that a linear motor could be a revolution, but not sure if it's not too early. That's exactly why I bought mine. I did print a few things right before Vice. So that's the other event that I've done in the last couple of weeks. Vice was the Voron International Community event in Reno, Nevada. We had a great turnout, awesome talks, very chill atmosphere that was really good. I printed some of those Flexture little blasters for Z Runcho's talk that he did there on Flextures, and they printed just fine. I didn't have any problems. I have not done a ton of printing on it, but I did print those. Did I bring any of my maker coins to maker chips I brought? And I really sincerely apologize if you didn't get any there, Charles. I will have them at events. So yeah, hopefully next time. Can you mount a Revo Roto onto a Voron? Yes, I have a Revo Roto in its full metal heatsink configuration on a V2, but the vitamin setup makes it a little easier and a little cleaner to install. Shouldn't Vice be held in Miami, not Vegas? It wasn't in either place, Brent. It was in Reno. Very different from Vegas. You're more interested in they have a tool changer Magneto? IDEX Magneto. Should be easy. Okay, like I said, this is going to be a scatterbrain stream, so this is all talking about, I guess we get right into the thing. To the side of the carrier. The diffuser sits inside the front of the carrier. There's a carrier? I did not see that. Did you print an adapter to hold the Revo Roto on the V2? Yes. And that's out on printables, the GPs. And I worked on that. I refined it. I think Sam at E3D did the initial design, and then I refined it at Smurf last year. Hey, Killer Prince, good to see you. No music. Music is going. When I started up today, all of my levels were weird. So I don't know what's happened, but if it's too low, I can raise it. Here, let's try that and see if that helps. Wants to make Rocky Mountain a longer vacation with the show, either at the beginning or end of the trip. Awesome. That would be good. I just bumped the music level. Let me know if that helps. I need to go here. Let's... What in the world? Why can't I open this in a new tab? Okay. Let's just go here. Did I miss something? Cowls and Voron, and where's the carrier? Where is the NeoPixel carrier? Carrier, NeoPixel. Ah. Hey, Jason. Okay, I did not print that. Darn it. What am I going to do? What am I going to do to fix that? Why didn't I print that? Let's download it. Let's download it and save it. Get a printer then to print it. I know I'm going to print it on the Mark IV here because that's right here, and I haven't set up my I have not set up the other printers in here yet. So let me get this going. Oh yeah. So be sure you like Polymaker filament giveaway today. Links in the pin post in the description. The other thing I kept forgetting to mention, did anybody get an ad on this stream today? I did print the diffuser. Oh no, Coho. I forgot to print this part. So let's get where's the slicer going? Had a roll-in ad. Is there any others? So we were talking, I was talking to a few people at 3D Printopia, other YouTube folks, and Daniel and I were talking about the ad management for live streams. And I'm very, very, very much against ads on a live stream for myself, but I like to turn ads on after it's live. So there should be I'm gonna print this in PETG because that's what I have over here. There should be a no ads during this stream, but they will enable without me having to go in and manually enable them after the stream is over. So let me know how that goes, because it's something I'm experimenting with. I want to print 2 of those at a time just in case. You saw a gremlin? Starting with an ad, haven't had one since. Okay, because YouTube is bugging me, telling me now's a good time to insert an ad, and I'm ignoring that. I won't be inserting. There will never be an ad in the middle of the stream. One at the very beginning does Does the ad at the beginning play through my intros when I go live? That's a question. Is it in the middle of me saying hi to everybody? Ooh, that's a problem. Okay. I may not do that then. It's only when we load the channel, isn't it? It might be. I will double check those settings. I don't want any ads while I'm live. And if I'd rather turn them on manually otherwise. So, okay, slice now. Let's see, is this thing unloaded? Yep. Load new filament. Goes. First frame is always halfway during the intros. I have premium, so I don't get ads. The 3 I watch, I've only ever seen one live stream. When I first go to the channel. Okay. Quick pop in, busy weekend. Hey, Pathetic Puma. Thank you. Tell this it's Pit G. I'm just gonna load that up. Buy the streaming service for the flight and it buffers a hell of a lot. Would not recommend. Ah. 29-hour drive from Massachusetts. Ooh, that is a long drive, Sean. That is very long. Okay, I'm gonna say yes, that's good enough, and let's send that print. And hopefully by the time we get some stuff soldered, it'll be done. It's only a 16-minute print. So let's send it. Send it to the Mark IV, set ready, and confirm. Hey, Kaggle. I had adverts because YouTube Premium, they still stuff NBA into my subscriptions. Ah. There's Felix. Where is Oscar? I did get some of the bitter spray to try to stop them from chewing on cords. There you are. You found a spot. We'll get a good look at how big Oscar is now. Look at this. Look at this guy. He's huge. What are you staring at, Felix? Come on. What's your thoughts on Zoll versus Dragon Burner? I have none because I haven't used Dragon Burner yet. Let's go back here. Make sure that this is actually going. Yep, okay. Doing summer things, 2 kittens, that's great. The Void Kitty is fun. Oh yeah. He's a little house puma. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay, let's go back. I went back. Assembly, there we go. Okay, excuse me. So, NeoPixel. LEDs. Support has been added for either standard NeoPixels or sequins. If you don't want to use logo LEDs, you can fit the carrier dummy. LEDs are best cabled in series if they are addressable to allow independent control. Up away. Hey, Davis. There are 2 soldering jigs included in the repo, one for NeoPixels and one for sequins. Following is one solution for wiring the LEDs. There are a myriad of others, but this works relatively easily. Okay, so up through, that makes sense. A little series line ending in the end one. Okay, where is, so I'm gonna have to use my silicone wire, but I think that'll be okay here. So let's do that. And let's do this. And I have the little jig printed, and I have NeoPixels. So I'm gonna go here and here. I think we can set these inside here as kind of a, look like miniature piping, I know. DM a link to the toy they got for Whisper and Gizmo. They've been going nuts over it. Cool. Okay, so we want to make sure that we line up the in and out and that, but I think I'm going to start the wiring. Oh, there it goes. Start the wiring with my OmniFixo and use that mostly just for wire length. Use the jig mostly for wire lengths. So here and here, we got in and out. So we're gonna go in here. And does it give us any indication on wire lengths? Logo LED, you need to print. LED side of the carrier, the fuser sits inside the front of the carrier. There's no indication I see here on wire length. Okay, so we'll figure that out. So let's get some mock setup of this thing then. An ad for a tool. Okay, so we have this, and we have the tool head. So that slides into there, and that gives us our wire path to our logo NeoPixel. And this, I think, someone said it's for a thermistor channel you can run. And then there's a little weird carrier for the NeoPixels that goes down here. I don't know exactly how that goes, but I don't think we'd necessarily need. So let's grab the black wire here. Looks like dry solder joints too. Yes, it does. And, okay, I'm gonna shift directions. I'm going to assemble the vitamins so we can get things on here and kind of bolt it into place, because the tool head board is really what we care about here for wire routing, which is going to be interesting. Boy, we'll see. We'll see how this works. Let's switch over. Hey, Dom. Okay, here. Let's go to E3D Zendesk. This is their help system. Dom, you introduced me to Jake at Orange County Maker Faire, right? Was that you or was that Ethan? Hey, Mike. Just in time. Just in time. Assembled the vitamins in spite of the kittens. Hey, Happy. New kitties in the house equals situational awareness restraining. Looks like they are giving you a run for your money. Yes. Yes. They're over there. Okay. Revo support? Is that what I want? I don't want support. I want... Six, Revo CR. Let's go back. Let's go back to the help center. Oh, there's 2 Revo supports. Why is there 2 Revo supports? Okay, let's go all the way back. Hey, Scotty. Hey, Tanner. And let's go all the way down to help center here. There we go. This is what I wanted. Was that an old cached link I had to Zendesk? Berserker fans, yep. Steve's burning an extra 100 calories a day, just turning his head over his shoulder. Let's see what Rocky Mountain or RMF. Oh, Rockland Maker Faire. That's right. No worries. Hey, Garrett. So Revo ecosystem. And we're going to go to Revo Roto, I think. And assembly guide. Old and crusty link. Hey, Lewis. So this is the basic setup. It doesn't really tell me a whole lot. Okay, we'll wing it because it's not that complicated. So let's go over what the vitamins are. Vitamins is a selection or the guts of a Revo. There we go. This is what you get. The guts of a Revo Roto without the expensive 3D printed heatsink. So you don't want that assembly guide. You want the vitamin specific one. Where I didn't see one. I could be missing it. Where is it, Mike? Can you send me a link? Because I didn't see it here. Go back. I did send you a link to the page. You did? Okay, let me look. Let me look. Yeah, exactly. It's like getting the guts from a BMG. This is just a lot more. Where did you send it? Did you send it in? You didn't send it in Discord. Where did you send it, Mike? What are you guys doing? Okay. Just chewing on a box. It was in the product support page like the Roto. Here? Did I miss it here? Oh, did you send it in YouTube? Hold on. Hold on. I can get this. I can do this. Now I can grab it. How did we get here? So if I was coming from the other page, how would I have gotten here? I got it. Oops. Here we are. Roto vitamins support. Assembly guide. Base Roto vitamins assembly guide. Hey Vince. So it comes with the Roto gearbox, the idler, the drive hob, a Bowden coupling, and a couple of dowels. You also need these things and a Roto motor. Now it doesn't come with a Roto motor, and that is for, I think, potential future options. So, okay, so locate the fixed dowel, 1 millimeter diameter in your upgrade kit and insert it into the designated hole in the Roto vitamins cover. Okay, so let's go through here. This is the expensive metal heat sink with the direct, you basically don't use this. That goes like that, right? Without the purple. So you get rid of this and you end up with all this stuff. Base Roto vitamins is not the Dragon Room. I know, that's fine. But the instructions, the base instructions that we need are the same. Same basic approach, yep. So you get the planetary gearbox here. You get the other bits and pieces, the idler, tensioner. You get the PTFE coupler and a couple of dowels in here. And then the gear set, a spring, and that's all in here. So ads pop up on refresh, having to refresh because having poor YouTube performance. Okay, thank you. Can I don't know if I can do anything about it this string. This is a new, here, off, done, save. Okay, ads are turned off. They will not be coming back. Okay, so gearbox, motor with pressed on gear. Don't need this. This is telling us the max 0.6 amps peak, 0.425 RMS. Check current before connecting. So I'm going to take this off. I can make money with a wallpaper app instead now. So we are going to start, per the instructions, with cleaning up this piece to make sure it's clear. Is it correct to say that vitamins comes from the RepRap terminology to distinguish printed and non-printed parts? I believe so. I believe so, and good call. It is the little non-printed doodads that are in a RepRap printer. Okay. Maximum ambient printing temperature 40°C. Don't know about that. It would be, I'll have to look at that. But we do have Mike here. He can clarify. Missed the Earth recap. Oh, I've been kind of scatterbrained there, Bob. Speaking of Bob, I got some really cool Printopia filament that I think I'm going to print my 3D Sets Reaper with. It's a Blood of My Enemies red, but with a black glitter. Does that accurately describe it, Bob? Okay, so we have this 1mm dowel, and it goes into here. It actually has me inserting it from the other side, which makes more sense. So I've got some print issues with the little sharp corner there. So let me clean that up first. Going through and clarifying that wording everywhere. Some sharp corner here had needed some print, a little bit of cleanup. What are you guys doing? What are you doing now? Where are you? Oh, you're underneath. Going through. It's on the Roto Vitamin support page you were looking at. Sounds like they're clarifying that. What is the clarification, Mike? Is there somewhere I can point? I did, Phil. I saw it. Dowel now goes in here. There we go. So what this is a solid surface for the idler lever here to snap onto. And then, so that gives it, instead of catching on plastic, it catches on a metal surface. Yeah, scatterbrain, exactly. But there is a spring I need to put in there. .40C is maximum rated ambient temperature of heatsink variance for printing PLA. Okay. Okay, so that in there. I need to press against a hard surface. I got it in there. Then we're going to put in the 3mm dowel. It's lever, not lever. If you're going to say vitamins, you have to get the... Okay, thanks, John. I believe you. Lever. Put the lever in there. 3mm rod there. Ensure that it's completely perpendicular to the face. Looks like it. Oh, there. Oh, this is not there. Okay, so that isn't a pass-through on the Dragon Burner version. Attach the spring. And then we put the spring in there. So we got a little spring and the nubbin for the spring. This is going to slide. Get a little screwdriver. My print is done. There we go. There. Now that snaps on. Nice. Fidget toy. They have their own motor. Yep, it is a unique motor. The ring gear. What do you call this gear? Or is that the sun gear? That's the sun gear. The ring gear is around here, and these are the planetary gears, right? Sun gear, yeah. What are you into? Oh, here we go. Why don't we do that? Okay, there. That's in. Mount the drive hob. And these are all pre-greased, it appears. There's grease in all this. This is the dry hob, or the drive hob. And that goes on here. I don't want to put pressure on that, so I'm going to leave that clipped so this doesn't push off to the side until we get this assembled. Sun Gear will be a new outdoor wear company name. There you go. I would be surprised if that isn't already registered. Hey, Maker Viking. The planets revolve around the sun. And I figured that. I knew that. I just get twisted. Make sure the rotor idler is disengaged before fully inserting the rotor drive hob. It is recommended to leave the idler clipped over the dowel pin. There we are. And then we're going to attach the motor here with an M3 by 12 bolt. M3 by 12. 3 by 12. 12 is there. Nope, that's 10. Oops, wrong. These have got to be 12. So, motor, I think I want this right there based on where I know the thing is. And this is don't just shove it in there, kind of wiggle to make sure that the sun gear aligns with the planetary gears. And then an M3 by 12 going through right here. This does turn smoothly. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay. Get yourself a roto motor. Secure the Revo vitamins cover to the gearbox by fastening two M3 by 30s. M3 by 30s, and I'm going to switch over to black oxide for these, just so. Will that actually be visible? I don't think it will be, but it's okay. It is now different for Dragon Burner. Oh, okay. So let's check to see what. Thank you. So this guy is going to go in here. Now we need to get that dowel here to align there. So assuming everything goes together as it did, we now have oh, interesting. How does that work? Okay. Don't just shove it in there, you gotta wiggle. This is now different. So glad they show which way to turn the screws. Well, it is important. How long is this? We have so I'm guessing an M3 by 40 is what we need coming through the front here. for clamping all that together. And then I don't think anything actually goes through there. Yeah. I think it's to make this modular, the GPs. I think it's to getting ahead of making this all modular. So I need an M3x40, which is probably part of, which one is it? The cover here. So there's a cover that goes on here, and that might be a 40 or a 45 now that I see it. So there's a cover that I think Mike here designed. I think a 45 is what I want. 3x45. And then another screw going through here, which is going to be, and this is all going to go on after it goes on the dragon burner because we need to be able to get to that. So I think right here. Oh, I see. We need a screw here. That's the only one we have to worry about right now. Put those bolts in until attached to the hot end. Yep, I'm working it out. I'm working it out. So there is a embedded nut in here that this screw is going to go to. I'm going to guess that's going to be a 25. Am I correct? Hey, Zarp. Like that 3DO blue. Yeah, this is. That does not seem. Oh, yeah. Tied them together, so. Okay. How's this extruder compared to the Galileo or Orbiter? That's a good question. I haven't used it in this configuration, so we'll find out. When will the G2 SA be out of beta? I have no idea. That's not a... I didn't know it wasn't. I didn't know it was in beta. CLDO is making ABS now with your relationship with Jason. How is there not a Steve built burnt orange yet? Because I have another burnt orange. I think, I don't see any reason why I can't show this. And it would be good to gauge interest. That is an ABS. It is a burnt orange with a pearlizer in it. Let's see, you might be able to see it better through the window there. With a pearlizer. Reaper body. Now I already have a Reaper body picked out. What this is going to get used for is TBD, but almost kind of bronze. Yeah. Z-Runcho is working on getting support for burnt orange. This is the Z-Runcho orange right here. So if you're interested in this, post in my Discord. I'll pass it on to Z-Runcho. He's gauging interest, trying to get it to be a regular color. I haven't had a chance to print with it yet. So. Okay. That is, that is basically the base module assembled. Now, once we get it on the toolhead here, it goes this way, we're gonna send some screws down, and that's why we have to leave this open to put a mounting screw on that side, and then the front goes on here, and that secures the rest of it. Let's see, Get a chance, print something with it and post a picture in Discord. Yeah. ABS 1.5 and ABS 2.0. I think they have a description on their site. I don't know off the top of my head. Shows public beta and no CAD available. Okay, I'm not involved in that project, so I don't know on the G2 standalone. The only other thing would be, the only other thing that we could do right now is put the little PTFE retainer in the top there. And that goes there. Well, we answered before. Well, what extruder is this? This is a Revo Roto, but in the Vitamins configuration. So it doesn't have the expensive metal 3D printed heatsink front piece, because we're using an external hot end. So there is no reason for this to be a heatsink also. So that allows for a little lower cost. And it also, the biggest advantage here is that there is a lot of flexibility in now mounting this, where if you're trying to use the full Roto setup, then your mounting options are these holes on the side. There aren't any other options. How much does that extruder weigh? I don't know. Do you know, Mike, how much this little module here weighs? How much, well, what is the difference in weight between these two? Don't you lose Z though, or am I misunderstanding? You don't lose anything on this. Oh, job finished. Okay, so do a higher impact rating and glossy, and the ABS is matte. Okay, 1.5 is matte. Don't know off the top of my head. And I don't have a scale here handy, I don't think. So, but yeah, I mean, that was not much to that. Now, you lose money. Let's put some of this other stuff together so we get some idea on wire lengths. So I think we can switch back over to the Dragon Burner install instructions. These are, looks like 16 millimeter, no, 12s, and 3x12s might hold that in. Go ahead, 3x12. I'm afraid I fully expect to be drawn and forfeit some filaments now. Maybe. I know this isn't proper time to install this yet. I'm just playing. I am playing, trying to get a feel for this. Not truly a fair comparison though, as you need the other heatsink, etc. for a Vitamins version. That's true. So that's going to go on something like that. And then, so I have the beginnings of a plan for toolhead board mounting. This is going to go here, and these two screws go into the into the back here. So this is going to go on like this, and then the toolhead board is going to mount to here. And then I'm planning on an additional brace that goes between here and attaches to where the umbilical goes in. So we'll see how that works out. But we need a couple of heat sets in here. Going to Harvard. Okay, so I think I've formulated a plan for how I'm going to actually get these wire lengths. So we're going to do that next. And let's get these in here since I'm here. Plus shipping, it costs around $60 to get the Roto vitamins, so my next builder might get one. Nice. And then this is going to go basically like this with some M3x8s. Ooh, I am very short on M3x8s. This is not a Nighthawk 36. This is the Mellow RRF 36. So it's the RepRap Firmware can toolhead board. So that's going to go like that. And then it's going to sit behind here and bolt to the X carriage and below. And then I think I'm going to make a piece that clamps it at the top between these two holes here. Just a piece that goes across the top back here. Does that make sense? What the challenge I ran into is trying to go in from the side here. Everything just starts getting really bulky. Lots of plastic, and it didn't seem very elegant. So, okay, back to LED wiring. So we are going to go from, this can come off now. Right there. This is going to go here. I've got my carriers now. So let me grab those. PF Tennis, thanks for the gifted memberships. Okay, so I have a LED carrier. This is going to go in here, I think, like this. Like this, maybe. Yeah. And the diffuser, go in front here. And then, according to the Dragon Burner instructions, we have a wire that comes along here, down behind the fan, and up through to this first LED here. So, let's see what that looks like. Some lengths would be nice here. Those look like the perfect size screwdrivers. What are they? So this is an LDO, actually, that Jason had made. He asked me what my most used screwdrivers were, and I said a ball end 2mm and a ball end 2.5, and I was very pleased to see that he made the 2mm in this smaller body size. If you were at Vice, most people got one of these. Clownhammer, thanks for the gifted memberships. Okay, so let's make sure we can see a little more here. So if this goes up, and let's grab a fan. So we have a fan that's gonna go in here. Now, I think this has to get tucked in there, and this gets bent back, directly back behind itself. So I think this goes in here like this. And that's gonna go straight back, I think. And then if this is up here, then this wire is going to come in here and then come down around here and into that channel. And finally that wire measure for the LEDs. Where is that listed somewhere? Did I miss it? Because I was trying to find where that's listed and I couldn't find it. But if I say that's about that long, let's see how close I am. Look at that. Look at that. 125 millimeters. Where's that listed? Because I must have missed it. I love it. I'm just going to go for it since that's what it looks like and that's what it came out to. Okay, so let's get that started. What do I need? Yellow and red. It's phenomenal with measurements by hand. So there is yellow and red. It's not listed. Okay. This is by experience. Well, thank you. I'm glad it seems to have matched. Okay, so those are those three. So let's get the first. So this is the in on the, do I have, yep, I have an appropriate tip on my iron. Will this help me eat more green? Sure. And I don't know if we'll get a better, I might be a little less in the way if we do it this way. So this is the end of our chain. So we're gonna go to the in on here. Strippers. And one of the nice things about this OmniFixo setup is I want that a little stronger, so I'm just going to grab it with another piece just so it doesn't wiggle as much. Give it some bracing. We have, yes, we have 2 new kittens. Charlie left us about a little over a year ago now. This is Felix and Oscar. That's okay. Charlie had a good long life. We've had Felix and Oscar here. They are 4 months old as of yesterday. And they are, we got them at 10 weeks. So we've had them about 6 weeks now. Handled your travels okay. Yeah. They are not as imprinted on me as Charlie was. So they get along and stuff with April and Xander just fine. It's a good combination. It's good to spread the attention. Lost her kitty a few weeks ago. She's setting in. Nice. How you doing, Shane? Solve the cat falling out of the window problem. Oh, that is a problem. That sounds like a real problem. Okay, so there's one. And then I think we can put this into the carrier here, right? So that's going to go in there and come out. I guess we can just send this into the next LED. I think it'll string through. Yeah, I think so. Make sure all these are the same length. They are. So let's go ahead and get this done. Hey, Yeri, welcome. Making solid fork build progress, but not necessarily solid fork specific things today. I was not so happy with you when you came home. See ya, Dama. Have a good one. Toolhead specific progress. Yep. Where are we at? 11:30 already. We Polymaker giveaway in 1 hour and 35 minutes. So be sure you enter. Okay, so there. And then we can work on, I don't really need this yet. I need to go in on this, no, out on this NeoPixel. So we go to the out here. Any recommendation on wire strippers and crimpers? Well, crimpers is a big, giant topic. Strippers, I've been typically using these PA06 from Engineer. They've worked well for me. Hey, the hobo engineer. Okay, so then we're gonna go in to the out. So let's flip these around. Go. Now we get the little more complicated one. So I'm going to grab a length of a shortish length of wire. I'm going to grab more than I need because I think it's just going to be easier. So I'm going to grab probably about 3 centimeters worth, and I'm just going to grab the same on all of them. Blue handled ones from Klein Tools, yeah. As long as they're sharp, really for a stripper, it's no play in the pivot and sharp cutting edges. That's important for a good wire stripper. Okay, so there. So now we'll strip these back. Andres, why this name to the printer? Why this name to the printer? So Solid Fork is a, well, trident. It's a mini trident. So that's the play on that name. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and grab that. We're going to go the in on this side. We're working our way backwards on this harness. Now we're going to use our little jig to set wire lengths, really, is all we're doing this for. So this comes in here, that goes in there, right? And then our other NeoPixel here goes the out on this side. So basically all I'm going to be able to get, all I really want to get from this is how long those wires should be. And then I'm going to grab a X-Acto knife and cut those. So maybe this will be easier to see. So that's in there. Then I'm going to cut these to just to the other side of the pad there. Maybe I will use it to help solder it in place. So much work for some fancy lights that don't impact print quality, but they impact printer usability. Being able to see that first layer is a very big deal. So I'm just kind of taking this. I will mark all of those. You can see that and cut right across there. Itty bitty wires. This jig is cool. Yep. Come in here. Hope to strip these without just pulling the insulation off. It's so short. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to tweak this a little bit. I'm going to pop this out of here and I'm going to bias it in the other direction to where it's angled up towards where I'm there, like that. You see, I think that'll make it easier for me to solder these. And I'm making, and the wire are lining up. So that goes in there, that goes in there. So let's get this tinned. I don't know if this is going to be easier to do in this jig or off of it, honestly. I may be able to just kind of hold this. Oops, I didn't tin these. Go. Oh, I messed it up. Of course I messed it up. Upside down. There we go. Pets live. One dog sleeping under my desk, another on the couch. Solid fork and micron. Want to try to convert my king rune into a solid fork. Nice. Hey, Dave. Okay, let's try this again. Turn it over the correct way. One more. There we go. Okay, now got the other side. So how long do I want the wires for that? So if I hold this here, and that wire is going to be coming all the way from here. So let's set this down here. How long was this, Lewis? If we go here, let's get this out of the way, to here, up to here, this is here, and where is the NeoPixel port on here? Is there one? Oh, the RGB LED is on that side. It's this one right here. So we're gonna go probably something like that. 200 millimeters? How close do you think we are? Let's find out. Oh, I'm a little short, but I'm at 100, almost 160. I am gonna go probably 180 here, just to make sure I have extra, because I can cut it short. Maybe I'll even, yeah, I think I'll go. Let's just go 200. Let's go with your recommendation. Worst case is I'm cutting off 20 millimeters of wire. Let's go there. Oh, that reminds me. You talked about tube. We are raiding into the Meet the Maker from West 3D. It's all set up. The stream is all set up to raid into their Meet the Maker with Luke from Luke's Laboratory. So their stream starts in 4.5 hours. We will not be going that long today, but you'll be all set up for that one. This is 28 gauge wire. Carlos Bruno Silva. Got it. The length of this wire is going to be very dependent on what toolhead board and that. So that is what we're going to go for here. To wire the whole solid fork with 0 gauge. And what channel that would be. So the West 3D. West 3D's channel is where that is going. Now it is, like I said, we're raiding into it after the stream, so you'll get, if you stick around, you'll get directed there. If you aren't sticking around, then just search for West 3D and you'll see they have it scheduled. I see the Roto mount is for Stealth Burner. Is there a mount for a Revo Roto toolhead? Not on its own, because the spacing is weird, the GPs. I actually installed one during Revo Roto beta testing. I had the regular direct, using it directly as a heatsink installed on my green V2. And you lose travel in at least X, at least with the rest of the Voron being spec. And it's just weird. It worked, but it was not ideal. You run into fun challenges with things like part cooling and figuring out ducting for that and avoiding the XY joints and stuff. There we go. The motor over the X-beam. But then vertical spacing. Oops, I didn't want that. I wanted this one. Vertical spacing for the to still hit the bed is interesting. Okay, let's make sure I got this wire order correct. There we go. Okay. There is our NeoPixel chain. And this guy is going to go in here, I guess, but I don't know exactly which direction. So there's a little printed carrier. I don't know if there's glue involved here. I'll have to look at the instructions. Where did I source my rails for this? I think all the rails on this build are... Were they Honey Badger? Yeah, Honey Badger here. I think they're all Honey Badger. Fabrico. See you, Nathan. Okay, so this is here. Okay, then let's get the NeoPixel installed up here. Let's pull the fan out for now. That was mostly for spacing. I noticed the BOM has changed the lengths. The BOM of what? Oh, the rails. Keep in mind that I have a 120 build, so I don't know. This is an existing build. Yeah. Okay. Diffuser. Let's put this, maybe this in here first. There we go. It's in there. This is gonna go that. There we go. Those wires go there. And then this is gonna go on here. These wires go right above. Right like that. It is the only serialized 180 or 120 solid fork. Yep. According to Yeri. There we go. Oh, why is that? Is that routing weird? Are you part of the design team for the solid fork? I gave input, but Yeri is the primary person for the solid fork. I was the project lead for Trident. It seems like that should have a, I'm just looking at this. There's a space there. Is there an extra spacer that's supposed to go in there? Keep that from pushing back. Oh no, it's right there. Okay. It stops right there. It tucks down, but that's okay. Okay, so that goes there. And then this is going to go into here. Normal and Dragon Burners Froman. Okay, that's, yeah, I see another little feature that keeps it from sliding out, so we're good. So that's going to go in there. And then this little carrier, does that have to go in? So oops. Can you check your rail lengths on Y for me? Just a bit confused. Y rails, so they stop, they do not go all the way between the, on the Y, they do not go all the way. They're 200 millimeters. They don't go all the way between the front idlers and the AB joints. They're 200 millimeters on this build, Ella. I'm looking at this, and they're showing all of this being installed, but there's no way to get the hot end fan in there after we put these in. So let me get down here to, where do they have us put in the hot end fan? This is all LED stuff. That goes into there. Fans, now fans. So you'll need to release the cable from the tabs on the front end 3010 fan as well as the left part cooling. This is to allow the cable to route correctly. Care should be taken with the cables after doing this. Too much movement could break off the wires. Fit the 3010 fan by passing the connector and cable through the provided hole on the right and along the outer channel. Hey, Richard. You aware MKS PWC module is compatible with 4 on build? I don't know what an MKS PWC module is. Okay, let me digest what they're trying to say here. Oh, that goes down. So this is the part cooling, or the hot end fan coming up through there. But what is this? To provide more space for cables, snip off the screw lugs at the top rear of the 4010 fans. Snip off the screw lugs. Is that these parts? Some makes a fan, you can also trim more of the fan shroud if you look at the inside of the fan shroud. This can make cable routing easier if you have problems. I don't like that. I'm gonna try not to. Yeah, let's pull this out of here. Let's get the hot end fan in here first. So we have a hot end fan. New Micron toolhead from Arcade looks nice. It does. I saw that on Twitter and I've seen other pictures of it. Okay, so this goes here. Now what they're saying is this is going to have to come out of the little routing there. Not super thrilled with that. I feel like this is just going to be in the way. So why don't we undo what we did here. Pull this out. So this is going to go in here. Now this does split the thing a bit, but this has to slide in there somehow. Thin parts, thin ABS parts needing to flex to put parts in is not ideal. Wire to the side? To what side? Get this thing out of here. Look at the, so after the fan, install nozzle LED and then routing to the logo LED. So there's no side routing for this. And it showed, we look here, these wires are coming from the hot end fan. So they should come up through the little LED holder. And then up through here. Wires routed through one of the holes in the wall. Yeah, but it's showing it coming from the bottom. Oh, is that the RG? No, this is in the fan section. This is confusing. This is confusing. Oh, and there's a little brace here. I didn't print that, but I can print that later. Install the hot end fan wire to the side and it goes with one part fan. Okay, let's see what that looks like. If we go to the side, that means, but if we go down, we might be able to get away with not taking it out of this little strain relief. Here, let's do this then. Let's do this then. Let's grab some super glue and this, and let's create a new strain relief here. So if I put a drop of glue in here, I can pull these out and have them come straight out and not do that. So I think let's actually pull them out right now. And okay, straighten these, pull this behind, get a drop of glue in there. This is not regular CA glue. It has a flex agent in it. You can get it on Amazon. I think Dr. Dave here keyed me onto it. It's kind of nice for cases like this. So now I'm going to push that in, push it straight down like that. I'm going to take my accelerator. Push all of these. A little bit of accelerator. Just don't glue the fan blades. Yeah, it's not getting any glue on the fan blades. It was just in that little channel. Wipe some of that off, and I'm going to put another dab of glue on top of the wires. So I got glue behind the wires. I'm going to put a little bit on top, and that will satisfy my, at least as well as we can, satisfy my want for some sort of strain relief there. Now a little bit. On top there, and some activator. Let's sit there for a second. And then come home with the concrete. Oh, I did, but it's all been sinuses and not like no actual sick. Yeah, I definitely have sinus fun. Three events, 3 weekends, 3 of 4 weekends having events was a lot. Shoe fix glue. There's not really anything else on there. Ah, there you go. shoe-fixglue.com is this stuff. Is your next event form next? It is. Oh, wow. I am going on a Saturday to Maker Faire Bay Area, to Mare Island Maker Faire. That's this coming Saturday. And then I was at Rockland Maker Faire yesterday, just for a few hours. And this is Bob Smith Industries Instaset Accelerator. I am streaming next Sunday. Yep. Which reminds me, this build series is going to get interrupted. It's going to be fun though. I won a Bizetic, whatever you say it, Voron Zero kit at Vice. And I entered it with the very specific plan to get one of my local friends into Vorons. This is the person who I started, we collected parts to build Hypercube Evolutions together. And so he's a work friend. I've known him for a very long time. And this was an opportunity. It turned out to be an opportunity to give him a printer. So he is going to come on to onto the stream, and we're going to build it together. So new to Voron, new builder. So I think it'll be fun. And we're going to start that not next weekend, but the following weekend. And the reason it's interrupting this stream is because I want to get it built for him. I don't want him to have to wait. Hey, Nick. So, yeah. And the Fizetic kit, they do some interesting things with it. I don't know. I don't know all the things. There's a machined X-beam and an interesting toolhead board on it. So I abandoned my Hevo build. He did not. His name's Dana. So, okay. So I have this now. Now we can kind of get these wires all together. And that is nice and relieved. And I think this is going to come up. I guess it'll go this side because that's going to pretty much put it right in line with that opening. So I think yeah, it will be with letters up. Yep. So I entered, there was a few giveaways at Vice, a few printer giveaways. So I entered for the Doron Velta kit and did not win that one. And then I figured the other one, basically the smallest of the rest of the kits, is where I put my tickets. Okay, so that's going in there. So it's very tight. Got to go up over some nubbins in there, so. Oh, and it did. It split the part right there. Oh, and it split it right there. We've got, this is not good. This is not good because that part's scrapped now. I don't know if this fan is out of spec for what they expect, but that, the little chamfer here that holds the fan in starts too early. So that's scrap. This is not a matter of bending it too much. This is a matter of the part not having enough room for this fan. I don't know if this fan is thicker than some, but if you look in there, the fan is taller than where that big chamfer starts. It is flush with the front here. You can see there's no gap in there. Did you design a fan cover for the electronics bay fan on the switch wire? Fan cover for the electronics bay fan on the switch wire. The fan in there is internal, so there's no cover. We are going to check the thickness of this fan. It is not 11 millimeters, but it's over 10. It's right at about 10.5 millimeters. I'll pull it out of here because it's broken anyway. Okay, what can I do here? Yeah, that little chamfer right there starts too soon for this fan. Yeah, it's fine. If we can figure this out, or maybe there's an alternate part that I could have printed. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, yeah, my big calipers here. Yeah, I was right. 10.5 millimeters. I'm not going to grind on the fans. Not when I can print an alternate part. Let's see. Was there an alternate part? So let's go there. Let's go here. Chirpy. Dragon Burner GitHub. Dragon Burner. Let's look through STLs. So we have cowls and the Voron. There's no alternate. Was there any like mods page here? No. Do you have a GDS time fan to measure against? Not super handy. I know this fan sizing is a challenge. Oh, what do I have here? I have another one of these. I didn't know I had two of these. Anyway, it was a challenge with Voron Zero as well. Getting things to fit right across the range of fans that are out there. It's not an easy problem. What can I do though? There isn't an alternate part. It would have to be modified. Dragon Burner. Here, let's download this. No, I didn't want that. You have a 2510 because there's an insert to use those and it gives you more flex. I do not. Will that download? There we are. Let's save that. Let me open up. Let's go here. I'm going to open up Fusion. Look at the CAD. Let's see if we can find anything in the CAD. I do not think I have a 2510 handy. Look at the cat. Hi, Felix. Where's Oscar? Where are you? Where is Oscar? I bet you he's in this box under here. Yep. Hey, buddy. He hasn't realized that I turned the heater on the bed. There you go. CAD models at about 9.5 millimeters. Yeah, that's a bit small. That's a full millimeter off. And this is so thin on the wall here that I'm afraid if I try to cut that, carve on it, I'm just going to be cutting through this. So I think I just need to reprint that. Modify it and reprint it. But we can still use this to kind of continue doing fitting and stuff. I don't want to chamfer the fan. I really don't, especially since I have to, that is in direction where the wires are. I'd really rather not. Update later. Hold on, I'm getting Fusion set up to open this CAD. 0.2 version 8, is that the CAD that I downloaded? I do, I already have it downloaded, okay. Let's open this up. CNC the fan. Oh boy. And this is always a mess. Okay, where do I go? Where's the cowl? There's the cowl. So let's isolate the cowl. And let's get the cat body out of there. What is this one? Micron cat body. And Printer France cat body. All the files in there. Every Dragon Burner option. Yep, and that's fine. But I'm guessing since this isn't overlapping at all, we can just do an I for info. And we can go this to that is the 9.533 millimeters. Hey, Juan Carlos. Your hesitation to modify a fan is not to compromise its structural. I just don't like to modify a part if a printed option exists. All of these, this fillet and everything are in a poor spot for this too. I understand the desire to have some extra material there at the thin body, but the fan is not, doesn't have a fillet there. The fan has sharp corners. Here's the question. If we go the distance between, say, there and there is 29 millimeters. So that is definitely, that fillet is definitely interfering with this ability to install properly. Yeah, I have other versions, but you can kind of tell there aren't other features. These are all common features, so it's okay. I mean, we can confirm. Micron body we don't need. Ducts. Oh, that's interesting. Just that. There we go. So there's our basic model right there. But this is a 1 millimeter radius fillet, which means it's not going to allow the fan to sit in there. It's going to push out on this face, which is going to promote cracking on the side. Exactly, Bob. Exactly. Thank you for articulating that better than I did. Okay. I'm a little confused on the ducts. Do those all get exported as one body then? There's a bunch of options. So standard and side swipe. There we go. And then duct right. Don't need clicky, clicky. Don't need side swipe. So there is our basic setup, except I want There we go. That is what I want right there. If the fan fails, it will eventually need to modify yet another fan. Or forget that I modified it and put it in and crack the part, right? And you're right, the GPs, this is not actually helping due to the print orientation. It's giving a little bit of extra surface area to this first couple of layers, but it's not a big help. So let's do this. Let's now grab all this out and export this. Right click and export this to the cloud. We're going to call this, the Voron, because I'm hoping, I think it's going to grab the whole thing, but let's export that. I'm going to grab just the stuff that we want to modify, simplify the work. Just add negative part using the Prusa slicer. It will be easier than Fusion 360. Okay, so all the other stuff is still there, but the visible stuff is what I've changed. Let's close this and don't save it. Now the changes we want to make, hopefully this is all we need to make. We just want to go in here. I'm going to right click on here and capture the design history so I can edit things later if I need to. I'm going to grab that, and there's a little bit of the fillet right there. I'm just going to hit delete. And then I can edit this delete feature and come over here and grab these two as well. That's deleted. Now we've got a distance from here to here of 9.48 millimeters. So what do I want to do with that? I want this surface to stay. Available the modified version? Yeah, I'll send the step files to Chirpy too, if he's interested. Let's try something. I don't know if this is going to work well, but I think the difference in angle here is not going to make that much of a difference. If I offset this surface, I'm going to lose this thickness here. If I offset this, what I want to try is let's move this surface and pivot it, rotate it on this axis. Nope, it's not going to do that. Turn it. Fusion isn't going to let me do that because of this face over here. It's going to try to go -1. Nope. Darn it. That was an attempt to increase that. Because I think the difference in angle to gain a millimeter here in space isn't going to, well, here, watch. If I do a Q here and move this, I don't think it needs to be a full millimeter to get what I want because it's at an angle, -0.5. You see what we're losing there? It's turning this into a point instead of leaving that, that extra material there. See, if I did that, and that gets me 10 point, it got me more than 0.5 millimeters, but and is this a 45-degree angle here? Yeah. But I was thinking if I can change that to like a 50-degree angle, it might still print fine. Yep, that's where I was going, Bill. That's where I was going. So if I do a quick little sketch on that surface, If you double click the center mouse button, it'll bring your thing into view. And if I do a line here from here to here, and I want to gain a distance here, oops, here to here of 1 millimeter. Now, if I go info, that to that is, oops, 120, oops, info. That to that is, oh, it's giving me a weird, why isn't it giving me the other side? What is that, 53 degrees? You can only use the lower edge and move it up 1 millimeter. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's turn off that sketch. What if I grab that, move? No, I don't think so. Yeah, moves the whole thing. So all this instead of a Dremel. I don't think I can effectively Dremel that Death Cube. I don't think I can effectively Dremel that. And plus, this is fun. Just go into CAD, right? Let's go back and edit this sketch. I'm going to do both of these in one go. So I'm going to project this other surface here to bring it into the current sketch, because my sketch plane is this surface here right now. And then we can go over, we can either do some mirroring of things, or I can just go in here and redraw this and do a dimension here. This is just quick edits. Yeah, that one didn't grab, so let's coincidence that to that corner, and now we're done. So finish, let's, oops, extrude this and this distance to that. And now we're gonna get rid of that. And there we are. If you click on the face and move the center point, you should be able to change the angle of it. There was an extra, these extra features here weren't allowing me to do that. So now I should have a full 10.49 millimeters. That should work fine. The hope is that it doesn't make it loose in there, but then we just need to try it. Just need to try it. So I'm gonna right click on here and save as mesh. Say okay. Move this over to Solid Fork. What are those chamfers on the top of the duct for? Save. Which chamfers? These here is what you're talking about, or? I think they're simply to hold the fan in place. The front holes are taking place. Wasn't the fan 10.57? Yeah, but it doesn't fit in there absolutely. Here, let's see something. Let's see what's going on here. This distance here is, oops. I for info to measure here to here is 31 millimeters. Oh, that's interesting. So it's a 30 millimeter fan. What's this? Okay. Didn't I measure that before? Didn't it come up at... Oscar stayed for several minutes. Yeah. He's on to other things. Front holes are taking place. So that's 31 millimeters, which means, here, why don't we do this? let's change something. What are you designing 1.1 now? Here, let's go back here. Let's do something. Let's close this. Let's bring this up. We've got our sketch here. Let's project other things that are important. This line here is really the important one. So, okay, now let's draw a rectangle. Let's get rid of the ducts and the main body. This is what we have here, right? Let's draw a rectangle. That's our fan. Okay. Dimension, this was 10.5. That's close enough. And this is 30, right? So the fan is actually 30 millimeters. Would sit higher up on the chamfer, yep. So that's where I'm going to kind of fix this. And then let's put a center line here. Here to the center line of that. And if we click on this and hit X, it turns it into just a construction line. We can change this perpendicular to that. And that centers that. And then we can coincidence this line to there. So that's where our fan would sit within the thing. So we've got extra clearance here. So now we can actually change this to delete this dimension that we did and instead coincidence this to that, and we have less of a change. There's still a change. There's still an interference there. You see that? You see that's the old line, and this is the fan. This is where it was pushing. If we change this, it's still going to rub in there, and it might flex a little bit. But that 0.057 or that 0.07 millimeters, I wouldn't trust that necessarily on the calipers either. And the fan does get inserted a bit at an angle, but if you look at the thing, it doesn't start until further back. So we could put a little bit of a chamfer on the leading edge here to help with that as well. So let's go back here and also get rid of this and coincident that corner to that line. Yeah, and deleted the fillets as well. Now those fillets could be, what is this? Info. If we really wanted them there, we could have 0.5 millimeter fillets and it wouldn't interfere with the fan. They don't really do a whole lot of anything, but they could be there. You know, the thing that this stuff is going to help center it, so that's fine. So if we finish that sketch now and bring the body back, where was that main body? Now our distance here to here, oops. Our distance from here to there is a little over 10 millimeters, but it doesn't sit against that face. Fillets print faster than corners. This is a bottom facing fillet though. We could make the wall a little thicker around the fan. I don't want to get into too much in changing here. What we can do though, what we talked about, is we can chamfer just this little. There we go. 0.5 something. Let's go in. There. Move that in. Does that? Yep, there we go. Just make it a little more of a ease into there. Oh, yeah, you didn't see me do it, but I grabbed, I mean, I did measure the fan. It's 29.97 on the calipers. It's basically 30 millimeters. For my particular fan here, Ella, the fan is 10.5 millimeters thick, and it caused the cowl to crack. So I'm going to export this and reprint the part. Oh, Keith, it sounds fun. So ducks. So this piece right here is what we should be able to print. Check your blower fans just in case. Yeah, I had put one in and I didn't have any trouble there. Let's just put this in. So that goes there. This one goes here. Those went in just fine. Wire routing. I think the same deal. They want me to pull this out of there. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do some super glue that in place so the wires aren't sticking out the front of the dragon burner. But other than that, they do fit in just fine. Now, the wire, getting rid of these, I'm not exactly sure what that is for. Oops, wrong way. Do you have to do anything with scaling for ABS shrinkage? I always think about it, but never do it. I do not. So if that goes there, I don't understand the cutting both top tabs off because there's nothing up here. The wire goes through. I can see maybe these. Use the ears for zip tie mounts. Yeah. So this is going to come up, basically just come straight up like that. Now the rest of this, we still need to figure out other things. So today is going to be a lot of just kind of figuring out this tool head and how it interacts with the Revo here and where we're going to put the little Revo PZ control board. So let's put the Revo on here. So let's see. I don't know what direction. Let's try right there. I'm not going to have the PTFE in here or anything. So Yavoth, that's another chirpy tool head, right? Oh yeah. If we go to chirpy, was it here? Yeah, Yavoth. This is a tool head for high and ultra high float style hot ends. The only Auroras I get to see around here is my niece. But will new Revo work for switch wire probe? I'm not 100% sure. I think so, but not 100% sure. Now, is this different in terms of wire management? Does it do it better? Anyway, that's the Yava. Okay, where was I? I was putting this together. If you were to design a printer that is only meant for carbon or nylon printing, how are those, what do you mean by, how do you feel those are related? Because carbon is more like an additive to different filaments. There's carbon filled of just about every filament out there. What's the goal there? Are you trying to do high temp printing? Are you trying to do what? No LED, single body. Okay. Like high temp. And then, so hot end is going to have the factors are going to be material you want to print, temperature you want to print at, flow rate you want to hit. I don't know what my answer would be there. Okay, so Revo PZ on here. We have this little flex cable. We need to figure out what route it's going to take. And if we put this in here and being careful of that. Oops, I keep putting it in backwards. So that goes in there like that. And then our hot end wires are going to come around and just kind of go up whichever direction makes sense. I think it's this side that makes sense. That goes there, and toolhead goes here, and there's our hot end. So that does make sense that way. Now that's fine. I think, right? That just goes that way. Let's go back to the, yeah, that seems to be what the plan is, whichever side makes sense for whatever tool head you're using. Is that so? Now, I've got a thought that this has this hole here. I'm wondering if I can take the PZ wire up through there. Just kind of leave it. We don't want to put too much strain there, but leave a little loop there. It can come out here like that. So what happens if we do that? Where does that end up? I'm jealous of Felix right now too. Oh, that actually works out really well for what I'm was kind of planning in my head. So that goes there. Let's just get these kind of held in place. I want to minimize strain on that cable. And then what if we made some sort of mount that basically goes right on the side here. So then that will plug in right there. This is the Roto Vitamins. So it has a 3D printed, plastic 3D printed front piece instead of metal 3D printed. I need an additional camera for Oscar. Wherever he decided to lay down. Oh, there he is. He decided he didn't need heat. I think the bed is too small to fit both of them already. I need to get a second one. This will be kind of nice because that will make the, especially if I make a nice little mount here, that'll make the button easy to get to and the little status LEDs easy to see. So I think I'm going to mount that on this side and probably make a couple of, make a mount that screws into the side here. Okay. What is next? We have 23 minutes until Polymaker time. We can work on some electronics-based stuff, but at this point I need to reprint this cowl and I need to put the, make a mount for this. It's not Galileo, this is Revo Roto. But other than that, we're gonna have to finish off toolhead wiring next weekend. I mean, we can, I don't know what the print time is. Let's find out. Let's bring up Bruce the Slicer. Bring up, let's go that one. And that one. And that one. Let's do the platter and open the cowl that we modified. And slice it. About an hour. Guess I can get it going. You're a fan? Blue or gray for LDO kits? Oh, for the heatsink, yeah. So the Revo Voron heatsinks, it's purple for the PZ. That's a piezo mount. It is red for the E3D sourced ones, and then it's either blue or space gray for LDO sourced ones. Didn't you make some changes after you exported? I thought I exported it last. Well, we can re-export it. I don't think I made any changes, but save. Yes. Okay. It is exported. It is reload from disk. Slice it, and I actually want to do something different here. I want to go print settings. We don't need that, and bottom fill pattern, Hilbert curve. There, an hour and 23 minutes, which means actually more like an hour. However, I need to heat up the printer. Because it is cold, so it's preheating now. Okay. What is next? Let's work on the electronics bay. While we wait for that, you don't see it. On any of these, you don't see it. Can't see the hot end behind the fan. So let's put all this stuff away. Add that brace you forgot as well. What brace did I forget? Oh, yeah, good call. Good call. Let's go back here. 0, oops. Dragon burner, STLs, brace, straight. I think the straight brace will be fine. Oops. Adds 3 minutes to the print time. Says the man who has the text facing the right way. Wow. Okay, things we are cleaning up a little bit. I think this is the least build. This is a return from basically 3 weeks off with 2 events in between type stream. That wire was 28 gauge. Okay, let's work on the electronics bay. So we need to make progress on things. What I was thinking about when I was looking at this, I think I want to move my controller board this way towards the front of the printer, because I don't need all this space up here, but I could use some more space here. So let's do that. Work on a custom taco. So Garrett, there was a news thing locally, a local news thing where, who was it? Jon Stewart or something made fun of a local news show that used that exact same taco hat in a Taco Tuesday promo type thing. I thought it was funny because it was the exact same taco hat you gave me. Okay, I'm gonna move this forward. Let's say, let's just move it a full centimeter forward. Right now it is, let's move it to 75 maybe. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's much better. I don't need any real space here, but space in here would be nice. Okay, then I have this buck converter we were talking about using. So that is going to mount to the back corner over here, and wires will go under the power supply into a pie over here. So I modeled last night a mount for that. So this is going to use 2 heat sets to mount this to the top of it. Now these are much bigger than M3, but I think it'll still be fine. And then 2 screws to mount to some nuts that we put in here. So let's pull the power supply off. It's our proper screwdriver for this. These won't come out because it's a capture. Pull this off. Thanks for the quick CAD lesson you've done for free. Awesome. Okay, so those come off. this comes out. This little piece can come out because the mount I'm making will take care of that. We had put 2 nuts in here. That goes there. And then we need to do a heat set. Oh, what stepper drivers will you be using? I believe this came with some 2209s. I think they're 2209s. Did it come with 2209s? Did it come with stepper drivers? Maybe? If it didn't, and I just don't know where they are right now, then I still have, I mean, it's 2209s I'll put in there. Okay, this goes in, it's symmetric, so we just need to put 2 heat sets in. Doesn't matter which side. Okay, these tabs are just use some M3 by 8, maybe M3 by 10 will work. Yeah, M3 by 10s will work. I don't have any more M3 by 8s right here. And then probably a couple of washers. Okay. And M3 by 6s to install it on the frame. So these guys go in here. Oh, where did that come from? Oh, it broke off of the corner there. That's annoying. Broke off the corner of the skirt piece. Okay, that's not the right size screw. But it is. It's the whole. Okay, M3 by 8s. We'll just grab some stainless ones. Let's realign this. I feel like we gotta pour. Nope, that'll work. Okay, good. Oops. No, that'll work. That'll be fine. I want to move this over a little bit now. Yeah, right about there. Oh. This is going to sit right on top of there. Like that. Okay, so that is now mounted. This is going to go this way and loop around and probably plug into the Pi over here. And this is going to loop around. I'm going to crimp on some connectors for the, let's see what that looks like. Yeah. So let's crimp those on. Where are... Do not have those over here. I've got them over here. Couple of those. Let's see here. These ends are tinned, so we're going to cut that off. And restrip them. Oops. Little tug test. Oh. And I think I'm going to pop these through the end, through the bottom here. Just like that. Now, we learned a couple of builds ago that if we heat these up with a heat gun, they will return to their round shape. We're not going to bring that over here for this. Okay, here we are. That's the... What's the AC inlet you're using? This is just a Adams Tech. Is that right? Adams Tech. I think that route that I took the PZ wire through is intended for a thermistor, heatsink thermistor. What was that box on the other end? This is a buck converter. This is what I'm going to power the Pi with. I bought this off Amazon. It's already got a USB-C on it. I'm going to put a Pi 4 in here. Because we're running RepRap firmware, but we're going to run it in SBC mode. Yeah, I can share the buck converter mount. Are you on my Discord, Lewis? Remind me. Pi mount. Why did you... Wow, that was weird. There. So we got a printed Pi mount. Yeah, it's a, what is it? 5 amp too, is what it says, Dave. Oh yeah, 3 more minutes till giveaway time. Side of these because I have more of those. Are the external dimensions the same between the 120 and the 180? They are not. This is a smaller printer than the 180 build would be. Do you not trust the 5-volt rail off the main board to power a Pi? I think we talked about that last stream, but I don't remember 100%. I don't know that there is a high current output on this board. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a Pi. It's not. What is this one? That's the... grab this 2 gig. Picked up a couple of Pis at Micro Center in Maryland and picked up one in Orange County. I was anticipating builds. Oh, and dropping it. Yeah, this buck converter takes up a very small space. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't used it yet. This will be the first time I've used one of these particular ones. This is a Pi 4. A Pi 4 I'm using for this. I am expecting 2 streams for the V0 build. So if anybody wasn't here earlier, we're going to take a detour. Not this coming weekend. So not the 20th, but the 27th. We're going to take a detour, and my friend from work is going to be on stream. And we're going to build a V0 kit that I won at Vice. And he's going to take it. So he's going to be here. We're going to build it, I think, 2, and we're going to aim for 5-hour streams. This is going to come around right there. This is all going to move over a bit so that this will tuck in right like that. So, rigged. I typically use Prusa Slicer. I do Orca Slicer for the Magneto X and the VZ Bot, just to get used to the workflow. I haven't done much with those though. So, oh, we are there. 1 minute past. It is filament giveaway time. Let's bring it up. Wheel of names. Oh, that's not right. Open. There we are. There we go. So, if you have not been here before, link is in the pinned post in the description. You have 3 seconds to get your entry in. When I haven't had a new entry in 3 seconds, then I close it. So 3. As usual, those who didn't like the stream don't get to win. Excuse me. So we've had a couple. So 3, I like the DIN rails. Would that work on a 0.2? Maybe, depending on how tall your electronics are. Because the skirts are a little shorter on a V0. Seconds in the loosest possible term of the word. Exactly. We've had this several, so I get to start over. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, half, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, done. There we go. Okay, let's create that. Maurice, you were first. Ooh, Dr. Dave got in there second. Who got in there last? Zarp, you got in there last. Copy that. Paste that. Oh, what are we going to do for a number today? What are we going to do for a number? Let's go between 1 and 13. 1 and 13. 3 for the weeks off. I thought about that. That crossed my mind, actually. But it's just too low of a number. We've done it before, but... Let's see. Cheesy potato, 10 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and spin. You must be here. You must say something in chat to prove that you're here, if your name is drawn. Xcasterzo. Congratulations. You have 2 minutes, assuming I can get the timer going. You have 2 minutes to say something. Not 2 hours. Let's go to there, start. 2 minutes to say something. Xcasterzo, congratulations. You're not really here. If you're in the US or Canada, you get a coupon to the US or Canada store. If you're outside, and you get to pick a roll of filament to be sent to you. I am starting a new thing, and I even remembered to do it this time. If you are here, you get almost an immediate email from me. Awesome, congratulations. Xcasterzo, I see you there. Let's bring this up. Let's find the things. Congrats. Let me bring up the... Come on. There we are. There's that, and there you are. Everything looks good. There. Everything's good. Everything's good. You should have an email from me any moment now. Something. That's right. See you, Shrimp Father. Okay, let me unpin. Unpin and delete the link. Remember, after this stream, I'm raiding into West 3D's Meet the Maker with Luke from Luke's Laboratory. So if you want to learn about all things high temp printing and tubes and things, you're going to want to watch that. Okay, everybody's here. Cool. Everything is set. Not fair, I had to wait 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to fix, you know. If I do it right now, then I don't have to remember later. Okay, what are we at now? We are at this. So we can put that there. I think I was going to print 2 spacers on either side to keep this from shifting, because that I think is going to be the easiest solution for that. Pretty close to you. What state is he in? I don't remember what state he said he was in. Yeah, thank you, Polymaker, for the giveaway. You're right. You're right. I usually try to do that at the end of the stream too. So, and remember, if you need filament outside of the giveaway, there is an affiliate link down there. But I'm terrible about notifying people of. Wisconsin. That's right. I knew that. I knew that. Because I mentioned I'd gone there just a couple of years ago for a different event thing. They have the Haribo factory all up and running in Wisconsin now. Got an estimate on how long the stream today? Not very much longer. Running into the problems with the cowl needing to be reprinted. It's not going to. I'm not going to be running long enough for that to finish printing. So, come on, get in there. These things are quite annoying. There we go. Albanese is in Indiana. Yep, I know. Albanese is good stuff. I'm very much an Albanese fan, but I like Haribo too. Oops. There we go. See you, John. Okay, so that's there, that's there. This is gonna go, this sticks out so far. It really cramps this being able to be in a better spot. But this is a nice short distance for this cable that's gonna go between here and here. Seen the factory from the road, it's near my son's apartment. Yeah, when I went to a car event before Murph, a little over a year ago. It was Murph 23. I drove by it. Yeah, I was a 90-degree adapter could be the solution there. Then it could just go in here. I don't need to plug into the HDMI or anything. I just plug it in right there. What main board is that again? This is the Fly Super 5 Pro. Mellow. It's RepRap Firmware compatible. We're going to do that, and we're going to do, I think I'm going to try, I'm hoping, try to use a full 4.3-inch display on this. Keith Gooder, thanks for becoming a member. I'm going to use a full 4.3-inch display. I think that'll work out okay. Means making a mount for it. I know, it's nearly the size of the bed. Superfly. Everything here is okay, right? Yep. It is. How was Vice? I don't think I saw any of it on social media. I think there were some thanks type posts about Vice. But the intent was not for content to be created. So I think that'll go okay, right like that. It'll be a bit of an angle, it'll stick out a bit, but Duet's web interface will, Duet web control will be a little easier to use if it's bigger. So, yeah, I think that'll go right like that. I'll figure out some sort of mount for it. If anybody has made a good mount, let me know. But that's the whole point of putting the Pi in here. A 2.8 display with Duet web control is going to be very little use. Not at home, but able to join members, cannot do it from home. Interesting. Okay, what is next? What else can we make progress on anyway? And search for an ivory of a bone-colored or bone-colored ABS ASA. Have you tried just any regular, just like natural? Natural ends up being kind of ivory-ish. Oh yeah, I didn't finish reading your thing. A little too white. Hopefully be getting a wrap-up post over on Discord in the next week. Oh yeah, Vice was, if it happens again, keep an eye out because it was a lot of fun. Just the total chill nature made it. So I spent much of my time managing a little print tuning contest that I got myself into. See you, Derek. There were good talks. There was quite a few printers there. Put the little shield on the AC wires. If anyone knows some brand of good MGN 9H rails, let me know. LDO don't make any as far. Oh, for 500 millimeters. I mean, you can try the usual sub-specs. You got all the are you in the US or outside the US? Let's start there. How many positrons? None? None? I don't know. Europe. Oh, I don't know. Maybe some other people have some recommendations for Europe. I think what we're going to probably just do is call it here because I have some major things to prep. Oh, you brought yours, Kiloprint? Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to call it here. A little 3-hour stream to get back into it. I promise I will be very ready next Sunday to make some major progress on this thing. So this will let me get some other stuff done today. Who do I have? I just have Oscar there, Felix there, Oscar's over here. He's not doing anything. So get in there. Anyway, thank you everyone. I think so. Don't forget, we are going to raid over, but it is a few hours before it starts. West 3D is doing Meet the Maker with Luke. So thanks for the gifted memberships. Thanks for coming back. We will be at it. The only streams, I think I'm only going to miss 2 more Sundays with all the traveling. So there's a Sunday I'll miss for Form Next and a Sunday I'll miss for Smurf. So we'll be back at it next Sunday. Keep an eye out. I'm probably going to do the Charlie's Angels stream on the 26th. And I don't know yet what we're going to do for that. So have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good week. Shoot me a message on Discord if you need anything. I think that's it. Enjoy the build. Bye, everyone.